to the RunnerX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running.
Hey, so welcome back to the RunnerX podcast. Valerie and I are going to talk about shoes again today. We have an earlier podcast in our series on shoes. But Valerie, you've gotten some questions in about, and I haven't even seen them, those new plated shoes. What are those, and what do you think of those?
So the new plated shoes, the idea behind them is to give the runner more rebound, if you will, off the ground. And it's a carbon plate. So the idea is, like I am going to just fly. I'm going to hit the ground and bounce right off it and fly. And of course, I've tried them. Somebody brought me some to try.
Did you actually fly?
No, I did not fly. However, I understood what the runner was sensing when they put the foot on, when they put the shoe on. And what's so crazy is if you actually just train and use your own muscle elasticity, you feel that same feeling without having to put that shoe on.
Okay.
However, if I've never felt that in my own running, and I put this shoe on, it gives me that feeling of using muscle elasticity.
Okay.
So that's why people feel faster in that shoe.
But then they're still not using muscle. It's kind of a fake muscle elasticity, is it not?
Correct.
Okay. So it's really not helping you at all.
Correct. And to think, so the elite runners that use the shoe, they only use them on race day.
Okay.
So they're not training in these shoes.
Okay.
So they're actually, and by the way, and like anything else, when you use technology, the reason these shoes were almost banned from the Olympics until the company agreed that we will give every athlete a free pair, right? Because there's also that placebo effect too.
Yeah.
Like if I think I'm faster, I'm faster. And when you're crossing the finish line and 1/10 of a second makes a difference, that shoe could maybe make that difference.
Okay.
However, the recreational runner, the average runner that's just running, unfortunately, they're not going to get that same.
They're not going to get that. And then what about insoles? We have a lot of people that come in and say, I have to wear orthotics, I have to wear insoles. We've talked about shoes and how they restrict your foot. What is it you say at the clinics? Makes your feet like pudding. But how it restricts your foot and you lose the strength of your ankles and your feet. Should I wear orthotics? And then how do I stop wearing orthotics if that's possible?
Correct. So orthotics is that same idea that if I hold the foot a certain way and it doesn't hurt, then I'll just hold it that way. And unfortunately, it's like anything else. The more I limit my own natural movement or range of motion, then you're right. You're not going to get stronger if you're not even allowing the foot to move. So orthotics, you definitely want to progress on easing off. I would definitely try doing my drills in my practice without them, doing my foot strength exercises until you really can just be free in your own foot.
Okay, that's good. And then you were just, the third thing I wanted to bring up was this, you were just talking about a new what was it? Not a survey, a new study. What was this new study?
Yeah, so I saw a new shoe study. And the interesting thing at the end was really the idea behind the shoe study was, should runners just find a shoe that's comfortable for them? And the answer is, of course, yes.
Yeah. What feels good on my foot kind of thing, right?
What feels good on my foot is something I'm more likely to wear. So, and the researchers agreed that the running shoe, the shoe itself does not cause your running injury, and the shoe does not heal your running injury. However, it's a factor we can control and market.
Right.
And so that's something for the runner themselves to keep in mind is, honestly, there's nothing more fun, as you know, as a runner, to go buy a new pair of shoes.
Yeah.
It's motivating, it's fun. But the reality is, guys, the shoe should just be comfortable and protect you from the ground, not from running.
And I should be able to move my toes and move my foot and feel the stuff. I know as an employee that's now working from home, that just got a stand-up desk, right? So I'm finding myself standing more. I'm finding myself, my feet, right, are hurting more. And I shouldn't, it's just the weight, I have to lose weight. So I'm a big frame standing on these feet. So I'm finding myself doing the exercises you talk about. I have one of the AccuMobility balls, and I find myself rolling my feet a lot more. And I'm amazed at how much it helps not only my feet, but my hips, my knees. It helps the whole chain, right? It helps that whole like line up it. So the feet are really connected to the rest of it. So no, we're not being woo guys. We're not being reflexology. I don't study that. Feel free to make a comment if you do. We'll share it with our people. Yeah, they are what you stand on. They hold my weight. And that's where, just before we sign off, one other thing that I kind of want to bring up, because I noticed this, I'm a big girl. I'm topping pretty high in I'm right up at the 200s, right? And I used to be this weight, and then I lost it. I went down to about 150 and I got pretty muscular. And now I've put it on again. I'm trying to get back down there again. I noticed though that when I am heavier, when I put the weight back on, that my feet seem to get, I'm going to call it flatter, but it's almost like my arch dropped and my feet got much wider. Is that just because it's holding all this weight?
Absolutely. And it's actually very similar to like a woman getting pregnant.
Okay.
A lot of times the foot size will go up as well. So yeah, it's like anything else. When I put more weight on, then my foot is going to get a little bit more pressure. And in that pressure, yeah, it's like bending the arch open a little bit more,
Okay.
if you will. So one of the things to keep in mind, and we do get this question, if I'm a heavier runner,
Right.
should I pick a different shoe for my body weight? And we're going to answer that, and Caroline just said it really well. We want you to be comfortable in your shoe and then do the foot strength exercises, of course. However, to realize that if you're wearing a cushier shoe, it's actually harder on your body.
Yeah.
Because then it has to go through the cushion and then to your body weight. So you want to make sure you have, again, enough cushion to be comfortable. However, not so much that you're not steady on your foot.
Right. But then as we take the weight off, as we get healthier in our running,
Sure.
our shoe could change.
Absolutely.
It could be smaller. It could be whatever. And it's nothing wrong with us, right? There's nothing wrong with us. We're just getting healthier and the body weight is less, and that's okay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Check out our next podcast coming up next week.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRx podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.